When Zoe and Triston work together, they can finish a certain job in 5 hours. When Zoe and Weston work together, they can finish the same job in 4 hours. If Weston is 2 times as fast as Triston, how long would it take Zoe to finish the job all by herself? It's a fairly challenging high school, middle school algebra problem that involves rate. In the US, you will see a problem like this in a college algebra text or a high school text. You can use equations to solve the problem, but I'm going to use a visual technique to solve the problem, which will make, I believe, which will make this problem more accessible to middle school students. So what I have here is fairly simple. First, I'm going to use the blue sentence. When Zoe and Triston work together, they can finish a certain job in 5 hours. I'm going to use that blue sentence to find out how much work Zoe and Triston can complete in 1 hour. I'm going to use the blue sentence to draw the first picture. Basically, I start with a 5 by 4 rectangle. That represents the entire task. If Zoe and Triston take 5 hours to do the whole job, they will be able to do one-fifth of the job in 1 hour. That's why I shaded 1/5. They take 5 hours to do the entire job. What part of the job will they be able to do in 1 hour? The answer is 1/5. I do the same thing with the green sentence. When Zoe and Weston work together, they can finish the same job in 4 hours. So Zoe and Weston working together can finish the job in 4 hours. In 1 hour, they will do 1/4 of the job. And that's what I have in my visual representation. Now, I am going to compare the green cells with the blue cells. I'll tell you why we need to compare them. But before I can compare them, I need to draw them properly so that they line up. And you're going to see what I mean by that. Now, instead of writing or shading the 4 blue cells in this manner, I just rearranged them and shaded them horizontally. Now it's easier to compare the Zoe Triston rate with Zoe Weston rate. I'll tell you more on the next slide. Okay, so based on our previous discussion, we can conclude that Zoe and Triston can complete one-fifth of the job. That is, the 4 blue cells, 4 out of 20. 5 times 4 is 20. There are 20 cells. 20 cells represent the entire job. And Zoe and Weston can complete only 1/4 of the job in 1 hour, which is basically 5 cells. Now, we are really interested in finding out how much time would Zoe take to finish the job. If we knew how much she can finish in 1 hour, we could easily answer our question. But we know one thing: if Weston is 2 times as fast as Triston, what does that mean? Well, let's start here. Zoe's rate doesn't change. If Zoe is doing 2 cells per hour or 3 cells per hour, she's going to do that. So I want to make sure I can determine how many cells Zoe can complete in 1 hour, so that if, let's say, and I'm doing it a little bit by trial and error, really. So if Zoe does 3 cells, then Triston does 1 cell in 1 hour, and Weston does 2 cells in 1 hour. In that case, if Zoe can finish 3 cells per hour, then Triston can finish 1 cell per hour and Weston can finish 2 cells per hour. In that case, in that scenario, Weston will be 2 times as fast as Triston. So it makes sense to conclude that Zoe can complete 3 cells in 1 hour. Let's see if we can write it down. It's an important fact. And this is the heart of the problem. You really want to get it. And of course, 3 cells out of 20 will be 3/20th. And if you like that language of fraction, you can always write 3. Zoe completes 3/20th of the job in 1 hour. You can write that. But I'm going to think in terms of cells. So this is clear. If Zoe completes 3 cells per hour, Triston must complete 1 cell per hour and Weston must complete 2 cells per hour. That makes Weston twice as fast as Triston. If you gave any other number of cells for Zoe's rate, you will not get that 2 times rate for Weston and Triston. So this picture is simply a summary of what we have discussed on the previous slide. So the blue 4 cells represent what Zoe and Triston can complete in 1 hour. The green cells represent what Zoe and Weston can complete in 1 hour. And based on those 2 shading and the fact that Weston is 2 times as fast as Triston, I can conclude Zoe can do 3 cells per hour or 3/20th of the job per hour. Now, I'm going to use this picture to decide how long it would take Zoe to finish the whole job. Well, it's not too bad. If she takes 1 hour to do 3 cells, she will need 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Certainly she will need 6 hours. And since only 2 cells are left, she will need less than 7 hours, but more than 6 hours. Now, if Zoe takes 1 hour to do 3 cells, she must be taking 20 minutes to do 1 cell. So for the remaining 2 cells, let me change the color. For the remaining 2 cells, she will need 40 minutes, 20 plus 20. So the answer is Zoe will complete the task in 6 hours and 40 minutes. So basically my shadings are here. I've used different shades. The 3 yellow, 1 hour. Let's do it again here. It doesn't hurt. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 20 minutes per cell. So 40 minutes. That's my answer.